friends, and all those around him. So I'm honored to pay honor to the man. Don't act like y'all ain't never heard this song. We're of age, so we know this song right here. Hey, yeah, yeah, hey, yeah. Though you may not drive a great big Cadillac, I heard you like the 70s. Gangsta white walls, TV antennas in the back. You may not have a car at all, but remember, brothers and sisters, you can still stand tall. Just be thankful for what you've got. Though you may not have a great big Cadillac, diamonds in the back, sunroof top, digging the scene, the gangsta lean, gangsta white walls, TV antennas in the back. Yeah, you may not have a car at all, but remember, brothers and sisters, we can still stand tall. What is the measure of a man? When we understand this, we will know the width and breadth and depth of what we had, what we still have, and what is to be. Legacy. One filled with love and gratitude. Reginald Broadnax leaves exactly that. His very name exudes honor and family, and he knew how to pick and grin, how to bring joy into each space he occupied. Despised not humble beginnings and hard work. From the ether to the earth was birthed a good man of high intelligence, savant, also blessed with common sense. We know it ain't always common. He had a caring heart, a sharp wit, who did not forget the value of a good name, framed in royalty by his queen mother. Reginald, sisters and brothers, means the king. He was that and more to his offspring. Ashe father, Ashe friend, Ashe grandfather, Ashe man, a good one. And understand that his physical body will be missed. But know this, you are all his legacy. And we, the world, we agree that we are grateful for what we've got. Yeah. We may not have a car at all. Just remember, brothers and sisters, we can still stand tall.
Amen. Miss Epiphany, that was awesome. That was very beautiful. Thank you so much. Now we've come to the part of the service where each of you can participate who desires. The remarks, where we can share with the family some of our experiences, feelings, and emotions regarding Mr. Broadnax. We realize that many of you have many stories to tell about him, and we'd love to hear them all, but we cannot. So we're asking you to limit your comments to approximately 2 minutes, so that everyone who wants to try and say something will be able to do that. If you would, those who would like to share something about Mr. Broadnax, if you will come up and use those mics over there, and just kind of line up if you like, so we can, when one finishes, the next one can go through. All right, I believe we have our first one coming up. Good morning.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Bobby, and I met Reggie not too long ago because he moved in the building that we live in. I can remember the very first day he moved in. And just like the elder said a while ago, he never met a stranger. Because when the dude walked in, he looked at me and I looked at him. And so it was like, hey, how you doing? And I said, I'm doing okay. What's your name? He said, my name is Reggie. So I got to know Reggie from Columbia Senior Building where we all live at. And we are here today to represent Reggie from Columbia Senior Building. And know how good of a friend he was to us, and a joyful friend. But the little time that we had and met Reggie. And every time I would see him, he would be up there in the room on the computer apparently, because I would come out the back door, and he'd be up there on the computer, and I would holler, what's going on, Reggie? I'm sorry. And he would holler back at me, hey, Bobby. And that's how we communicated more so. And it got so Reggie got his chair, and he started coming downstairs because I told him, hey, man, come on out and start just meeting and greeting people. And he did. He got out and started meeting people and knowing people and getting to know people each and every day that he was there. And we enjoyed the short time that we had with Mel. With Reggie. And he would constantly talk about his daughters. And I had the opportunity to meet them, not all together, but as they would come by and see their dad. And he would tell me, this is my daughter. But it was a pleasure to know Reggie in the little short time that we knew him at Columbia Senior, and enjoyed him as a friend. So other than that, I can't say too much else about Melvin, that he was a good and kind-hearted person from the time that I knew him and to the time that he has gone home to glory, because as far as I'm concerned. And I'd like to say thank you.
The scriptures say, absence for the body is the presence of the Lord. And this is a celebration of life. You know, we go through a life cycle, you know, and we don't count our days anymore, we make our days count, you know. And he was the only father that I knew. I didn't know there was someone else that came in my life until I was in my 20s. But one thing about it, Daddy said,
Take your time. Take your time.
if a man don't have his word,
All right.
he has nothing. And I remember I used to call him on the road, and he would tell me how beautiful the earth was,
All right.
and what he would see, what he was seeing, what he experienced. And we kind of had our own personal things, but one thing about it, he had 3 daughters, and he would always worry about us, you know, when we was growing up. But I remember when he moved back to Atlanta, and he said he was at peace because all his 3 daughters have turned out to be fine women, you know, and when him and my mom divorced, I thought that he would come get me. But when he got them, he picked me up too. And he said, you're my daughter, you'll always be my daughter. And almost 10 years ago, I changed my life.
Right.
And he asked me, he said, how long you gonna have to go to those places? I said, Daddy, do you remember how it was before I went to them places? He started laughing, he was like, keep going to them places. You know, and that's all I really wanted to say. I just know that this is a celebration of life. You know, he was very big on family. He did not promote separation. He did not know what son. He had to Google what a stepdaughter or a stepchild was, or how he had to Google that. He didn't know what that was. He was very, very, very huge on family. And I just thank my family, my extended family, for coming out and supporting me. I love you guys. I couldn't have did it without y'all. And I thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
I'm Tora Hancock. I'm the niece. And he wasn't just my uncle. He was my friend. We spent a whole lot of time together. And one thing I can say about that man is I watched him overcome so much. And he never gave up. He had a lot of challenges, but his faith continued to keep him. And during these last couple of years, he said, I wish I didn't live the life I lived to do this body this way I did, but God kept me here. And he kept me here for a reason. I'm trying to figure out what it was. Well, he said he had an opportunity to reconnect with his daughters in a way that he never had an opportunity to think would happen. And he was most proud of that. He struggled with losing his independence, but he said, I'm here for a reason. And every day that I'm given, I know it's the day that God has given me. He said he was thankful for his personal relationship with God. He talked about that in his last days. I know my uncle is at peace. I know he is no longer suffering. And I'm thankful for all of the times and all of the memories and all of the moments that I shared with him. He poured a lot into me, and he was big on family, y'all. Like my cousin said. He was big on family. He made sure he spoke to everybody often. Conference calls, he would bridge me in on a three-way. I'm sure everybody here had an opportunity to do that. He would make you laugh, and he would love you. So I'm thankful. I'm thankful that God gave me an opportunity to be as close as I was to my uncle. And he would always say I was his fourth daughter. So for anybody that knew that, knew he was more than just my uncle. He stood in the gap for my dad when my dad died. But he was also one of my very best friends. I had 3 that I've lost this year. But I know that God got him. And he is in a place, and he is at rest, and he is at peace.
Amen.